Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're doing a deep dive on a topic, well, that's close to all of our wallets, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah, definitely.
We're talking about raising kids who are, good with money,
Hmm.
and we've got this guide all about teaching kids about money management.
Fantastic. It's so important, and honestly, you can never start too early.
Exactly. So, this guide, it kicks off with something pretty classic, the good old allowance.
Yeah, allowances. The thing is, it's not just about like handing over a $5 bill, right?
Right, right. There's got to be more to it.
It's about giving kids that very first, I guess you could call it a budgeting experience. Like, think about, remember that time you blew like way too much money on that, oh, I don't know, that gadget you never use? Yeah, we've all been there. Teaching kids about budgeting early on can help them dodge those buyer's remorse moments.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I've got a few of those gadgets in my closet, actually. So the allowance is like
A draining ground.
exactly, a training ground. And speaking of training, this guide really stresses teaching kids about saving, too.
Yeah, and it's not just about, oh, put a dollar in your piggy bank. It's about having a goal in mind,
Oh, I like that.
right? Like saving up for a small toy, it's different from saving for, say, a bike. It teaches them about, delayed gratification, patience, all that good stuff.
Oh, for sure. Makes you think twice about that candy bar when you've got your eye on the prize.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, and this one really resonated with me. Teaching kids that money is earned. You got to work for it.
Right. And what I really appreciate is this guide cautions against directly tying allowance to chores.
Interesting. Okay, yeah. So how do you differentiate between those two?
Because chores, they're about being part of the family, contributing to the household. Earning, on the other hand, well, that's about understanding that connection between work and reward.
Right, right. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So outside of, traditional chores, what are some ways, some creative ways kids can, get that earning experience?
Ah, so many ways. Helping out with a project around the house, maybe even something small.
Yeah, yeah, love it.
Selling some artwork if they're the
Mm.
crafty type.
A classic lemonade stand.
Exactly. Or even something as simple as helping an elderly neighbor with their groceries. There are so many opportunities out there.
I love it. It's like that light bulb moment. Wait, I can actually earn money by doing things.
Yeah.
All right, now this next one, this is a big one, even for us grown-ups, I think. Needs versus wants. What's the guide's take on this?
Oh, this is huge. And it can be tricky, right? The guide actually uses a really clear example. Food, it's a need. That super duper branded cereal with all the bells and whistles. That's a want.
Oh, I feel that. Okay, so how do you really drive that point home, for kids?
It's about starting those conversations early on, making those distinctions in everyday life. And this ties into our last big takeaway from the guide today. It's about involving kids in family budgeting to an age-appropriate degree, of course.
Okay, so when you say involving them in family budgeting, what does that actually look like?
Transparency is key, right? It's not about handing them a spreadsheet with all the bills and being like, here you go.
Yeah, figure it out.
Exactly. It's about giving them that general overview. Hey, this is where our money goes. Rent, groceries, fun stuff too. Just painting that big picture.
Gotcha, gotcha. It's more about that general understanding, showing them that, managing money, it's a team effort.
Absolutely. And look, all these tips, they're a fantastic framework, right?
Yeah.
But every family is different. Every kid is different.
One size fits all doesn't really apply here.
Exactly. What works for one might not work for another. The most important thing is to keep those money conversations going.
Keep those lines of communication open. I love that.
And here's something fun to think about. Have you ever considered setting up like a mock family business?
Oh, like what? Tell me more.
Well, maybe you're all making and selling crafts together. It could be anything, really. But it's a fun way to teach earning, budgeting, all those concepts in action.
Such a cool idea. It's fantastic. Wow, we covered a ton today. A huge thank you to our expert for breaking it all down.
My pleasure.
And to all of you for joining us on this deep dive into raising money-savvy kids. And remember, every conversation, every experience, it's all a chance to build those essential skills. Until next time.